we'll see is, in a previous session, we saw how to query the data by writing SOQL and SOSL. In today's session, we'll see how to create an Apex classes, and in these Apex classes, how to query the objects, or like how to query the records of any object. So whenever you want to query any data or anything, what we have to do? First, we have to go to developer console. So, okay, this logs will be gone off. Okay, previous old logs. Okay, it's gone. So now it is a developer console. In this, what I have to do is I have to query the data in some Apex class, and I have to query the data, like I have to display that output. So to create Apex classes, what you can do is you have to go to file option, and here you can see new option. In this, from here you can create anything. Apex classes are trigger or visual force page or lightning component, whatever you want to create, you can create it. So now I want to create Apex class. I'm clicking on Apex class. So after clicking on new Apex class, we have to give the name for your class. Okay. Apex query. Let's suppose I'm giving class name like Apex query, and I'm clicking on OK. So once you click on OK, here you can see one Apex class will be created. On top of this class, I have to write a comments. As I told you, in Apex, single line comments will be written with double slashes. Okay, so here the purpose of this class is, what I have to do is I have to query 5 account records. So first I have to do this requirement. First I have to achieve, I want to query top 5 account records. So to do that, what I'll do is, here I'll create a method inside this class. So remember, whenever you want to access properties of any class, we have to create a method inside the class. So now I'm creating a method inside this class. So whenever you want to create a method, first we should specify an access modifier. After that, as it is a static method, and if you have any return type, you have to specify that return type. So here I don't want to return anything, void. That's why, see, if you want to return something in an output, we have to specify that return type. If you don't want to return anything in a return type, you have to specify void. In future, we'll get a chance to return some data. Then you'll understand what is the difference between void and this one. Okay, so public static void. So now what I am doing is, like, I don't want to return anything. That's why I kept void here. Then next, you have to specify method name. So method name, I'll specify like list of accounts. So list of accounts is my method name. Okay, perfect. So under this, whatever the data you have to query, we have to define it. See, I want to store all the list records in the form of, like, all the 5 records in a collection. I have to store all the 5 records in a collection. For that, here I'm defining list collection. So list of, so how to define a list? List of data type. Here it is, my data type is a subject data type, that is account, equals to. So for this, we have to give some variable name. I'm giving name like ACC list. It means account list. Okay. So now here what I am doing is, directly you can specify a SOQL query here, or else you can initialize here and later you can store the data into it. So for the best practice, for the first time, I am defining the list here. New list like this. So now we defined a list. In this list, we have to query the data of just 5 records. How to do this? So ACC list is our variable name. I'm saying control C, control V equals to, in the square brackets, we can write a SOQL query, whatever the query previously we wrote. How to query the top 5 record? Select whatever the fields you want to query, you can specify those fields. Select ID comma name, and then next we have to specify from account, and here I'm using limit class. So I want to query just 5 records. Now we queried just 5 records and we stored those 5 records into ACC list. Now what I want to do is I want to display all the records of this list. To display this list data, what we have to do? We have to take help of system.debug statement. So in a debug statement, whatever the data you have to debug, you have to specify that stuff. Control. I'm saving this class. So it's saying it's having 2 errors. So it's having no errors. Now we have to execute this Apex class. So to execute Apex class, we have to take help of anonymous window. So now I'm going to anonymous window. So in the anonymous window, so initially we did programming in this, right? So now in the anonymous window, whenever you want to call some Apex class, we have to specify class name dot. Next, we have to specify method name. If this method contains any parameters, we have to pass those parameters as well. So it means now what I am doing is corresponding to this Apex query Apex class, we are calling this method only. Whenever you call this method, it will execute this method. Now I want to execute this single line of code. So as it is executed, I'm going to logs. It is generated one log file. I'm opening this log file. Debug. So if you see in a debug only, you'll see all the accounts. Account ID name. So similarly, you can see account ID name. Like that, you'll get all the 5 account records in the form of collection. It is giving complete data in the form of collection. Now, what I have to do is I want to extend it furthermore, this Apex class. In this Apex class, what I have to do is, so as it is a collection, right? I want to iterate through this collection and I want to display each and every value individually. To do that, we can take help of for loop. So now what I am doing is I'm taking help of for loop. So we can easily iterate through collections. So whenever you want to iterate through the collection, we have to specify variable name. So each and every record is which data type of record? It's an account type. So I'm saying for account. So I'm giving single account variable name like ACC colon ACC list. It means I am taking ACC list means collection. I am iterating through this collection and I am storing each and every variable in a ACC for each and every instance. Now here I'll take help of debug statement. So in the debug statement here, what I'll do, I'll take help of ACC only. ACC means for each and every iteration, we are displaying current account record. Now I'm saving this class. Yes, now it's saved. I'm coming to anonymous window. So previously we saw only one output, right? Collection output. Now you'll see it will give each and every record individually. New log is generated. I'm opening this log. Debug only. You can see how it is giving an output. So first record, its name, its detail. Second record is detail. Like that, how many records you queried for all the record, it will give data independently. Now, what I have to do is in this class
I hope
itself.
it will return only 5, right? Because of
Yes,
that limit.
yes, we kept limit, right? That's why it will give 5 only. Okay. So now what I have to do is I have to create a set. So create set with account IDs. So I have to create a set with the account IDs. This set contains record IDs. So to create a set, what we have to do? Initially, we have to initialize a set. Set of, I have to create a set with IDs. So I'm specifying ID data type. So here I'll give name like ACC ID set equals to new set of IDs. So remember, here we queried the object data, right? Here we queried object data, right? So while querying this object data, let's suppose instead of account, if you want to display only name, instead of complete account, if you want to display only name of the account, what you can do is, so here you can say acc dot name. If we say acc dot name, from this acc collection, we are displaying only name value. So I'm running it for your better understanding. You'll understand. So what I am doing is I'm querying all the account records. For each and every instance, it will give you a current account. After displaying that current account, I am displaying just account name, not complete account record. Okay. So now I'm going to debug, execute highlighted, debug log, debug only. You'll see it is giving name of the accounts only. Like this, whatever the fields you want, you can query that specific field only. Okay, so now keep it aside. So now what I have to do is we have to create a set, right? So we have to create a set with account IDs. So from where we have to specify? So we are iterating through each and every account here, right? Here we have to add each and every account ID in this set. Account ID set, Control C, Control V, dot add method. By taking help of add method, I have to add acc dot ID into this set. So this ID will be added into this set. Now, so far everything good. So now what I want to do is I want to iterate through this set and I have to display the record IDs. How we can do? So however we did for this account, similarly we can do with set. So now for data type, as it is an ID data type, I'll say ACC ID colon set name. So what is that set name? ACC ID set. Similarly, here what I have to do is I have to specify a debug statement. System dot debug. What I'll do is I have to access ACC ID. So it will give me account ID for each and every instance. No errors. Now again I'll execute this method only. Okay, so now I'm opening this log. Okay, so now if you go to debug only, you'll see all the stuff. So initially you'll get all the opportunity names. It's from the first loop. There's the account loop, and with the set we iterated, right? For that we get all the IDs. Now, as like to don't miss anything, what I'll do is I'll explain you how to create a map while iterating through these accounts. I have to create a map data type. How to create a map data type? So while creating a map, create a map with list as ID of a map is account ID and the value will be account. Like this, we have to do. So to achieve this, what we have to do? Initially, after set, what I am doing is I am defining a empty map. How to define a map? Map of key. Key will be ID and value corresponding to the key will be account data type. After this, I'll specify ACC map. I'm giving a name of this. So here I'll say new, this complete thing. I'm defining this complete thing. Perfect. So now we initialized map as well. After initializing map, what we have to do? We have to add, while iterating through each and every value in the account for loop, we have to add values in a put. However, we add account IDs in a set. Similarly, we have to add values into this ACC map. So coming to the ACC map, to add the values, we have to take help of put method. We have to take help of put method. So here I'm taking account map dot put method. So in the put method, what I'll do is I have to keep these values. How we can keep the value? So here initially we have to keep an account ID as a ID value. So for that I'll say ACC means this one, ACC dot ID as a key. After specifying key, we have to specify a value. So for this value will be complete account record. Now we created a map and we store that complete data into like we specified keys like a account ID and value like a complete account record. Now what I have to do is I have to display this map data. How it will be like at the bottom I'll display it first. Here I'll display first system dot debug. What is that map name? ACC map, right? Yes, I'll specify this name. So now I have to execute this one. I'm executing this portion only. So now I'll open this one. So I'm clicking on debug only. You can see it is displaying all the map details at the bottom. So for better understanding, what you can do is whenever you do this kind of thing, in front of this, you can write it. ACC map, so that you can easily understand what it is returning exactly. Okay. For this list also, you can write ACC list. And you can add plus here so that that comment will be displayed in front of each and every record. Similarly here also, on top of this also, if you want to add it, you can add it. Now my requirement is I want to display accounts by iterating through this account map. Okay, I want to display the result by iterating through map. We'll see how to iterate through the map by taking help of for loop now. So now to iterate through the map, we taking help of for loop, what we have to do is, yes, it is this for loop. Again, I am going to create a for loop. So here we'll be having keys and values. For this example, what I'll do is I'll take help of IDs. Means I'll take help of keys only. So ID key, I'm saying it as a key variable name. ID of key. So I want to capture all these IDs from this account map. Control C. So we'll be having function called key set to get all the keys present in the map. So from this map, I am capturing only keys and I'm iterating through all the keys. So the key set is a function. It will return all the keys present in the map in the form of collection. So it is similar to list collection only. It means what we are doing is we are iterating through the keys collection. Okay. Keys means for each and every iteration, it will take one key and we are iterating through that key. So after taking this one, what I have to do is I have to display the account data. System dot debug. Here, what I'll do is value. I'll write it in comments. Value at. So here, what I'll do is I'll specify a record ID. It means a key. Is I have to display the value here. So simple, what I am doing is value at ID is like I have to display that complete account record. On that format, I have to display the output. For that purpose, I wrote this text. Key means it's a variable. That's why I specify like this. And these are the comments as I want to display this text as is. That's why I'm specifying comments in a quotations. Plus means it is a symbol which is used to attach a complete message in a Apex. So now to query the data, like to get the values corresponding to key, we'll be having get method. So we'll be having ACC map, right? ACC map, control C, dot get method. By taking help of get method, in this, I have to pass a key. So if you pass a key, it will give you a value. It means this will return an account record. ACC map dot get key. It will return a account record. I'm saving this and we'll see if there is any error. So everything is resolved. Now I have to run this method. Now I have to run this method. Log file will be generated. Debug only. You can see this will give a complete account list. The next here you'll see like all the account names. The next you'll see all the account IDs. The next you'll see the complete collection, account map collection. So the next whatever the format we wrote on that format we are getting an output. Value at record ID is will be get account details. Like that we queried. Okay. Like this we can query the data corresponding to Apex classes as well. So now what I'll do is I have to create I have to create another Apex class and I have to implement some other requirement. So my requirement is like I want to query all the contacts with its related, sorry, all the accounts with related contacts. New Apex class, Apex query 2. I'm keeping class name like Apex query 2. So initially what I have to do is whenever you want to access class properties, we have to create a method. So as I'm not returning anything, that's why I'm creating a void method, public static void. Spelling mistake. Yes. So in this void method, what I'll do is I'll give you a method name. ACC list. And I'm not specifying any parameters here. Get ACC list method name is I'm giving like a get ACC list. So after specifying method name, what I'll do is I have to store the data in the form of list collection. That's why I'm specifying list here. List of account ACC list equals to new list of accounts. In this way, I am digging this. After specifying these, we have to mention the query. We have to mention SOQL query. So how to write a ACC account query, like for to query the contacts and account records? How to do this? ACC list equals to, we have to write a SOQL query. So to query SOQL,
Yeah.
like a parent to child query, we have to write select ID, name from, initially I'm writing a parent query from account. Okay. Into this, what we have to do is we have to add child record, child query. So select ID, comma. So let's suppose I'm adding name field only from,
From
we
contact.
have to specify child relationship name. That will be a plural thing. So as it is a standard object, will be get contacts. If it is a custom
Contacts.
object, will be get contacts underscore underscore r. We
Underscore
have to add
R.
underscore underscore r. Okay. So
Yeah.
now I'm keeping semicolon for this. So after keeping semicolon, we'll get a data into this collection. So after getting the data into this, what I have to do is just I have to get a data of limit 20, or else I'll say yes, limit 20. As we are not having much records, it won't be a big trouble to us. Okay, limit 20, let us do. I am querying just 20 records. After querying 20 records, what I have to do is I have to display the size of contacts under each and every account, how many contacts we are having. I want to display that thing. So for that, initially, I have to display the account name by iterating through all the accounts. So to display the account, what we have to do? For account ACC, so we have to iterate through complete ACC list. I am iterating through this complete ACC list. Initially, I have to display the account name. So how to display the account name? System dot debug.
Debug.
So
Account
in the
dot.
debug, we have to specify ACC name. So in a quotations, I'll specify account name is
Plus
plus
ACC.
ACC. ACC
ACC.
control C, control V. Data name. Name means it will give you a name of the record. Okay, so after fetching the name of the record, what I have to do is I have to specify the size of the contact account list, sorry, contacts. So for each and every contact, if you want to specify a size, here what I'll do is I'll take help of another debug log, system dot debug contacts under account or contacts under account or. So we have to specify these comments in a single quotations actually. Plus, so now here what I have to do is, what is this collection name? The current record collection name is ACC. Under this ACC, we'll be having another sublist with the name contacts. So contacts means it will give all the related contacts of it. So I'm taking help of contacts. So as what I am doing is contacts, I'm taking help of this dot size. It have to give us a size of this. I'm saving this. So as it is not having errors, means in this way, what we are doing is similarly, remember, so to query the account fields, what we did, we specified a field name, right? Similarly, in place of field, we specified this child object. I am considering this complete thing as a single field. That name I am assuming like a contacts, and I'm keeping that name here. Size means on a list collection, size means it will give number of values present in a collection. So I am expecting that only here. So now
So in
after
this, we will
getting,
get for each account how many contacts are there.
yes, we'll get that step. So initially I'll debug it and we'll see. class name dot method name semicolon. I have to execute this one only. So you can see one new log will be generated. You click on debug only, you'll see. So contacts under account is 0, 0, 0, 0. See, contacts under these accounts are 1. Like that, if any contact present with an account, it will give those many contacts. You can see 1, 2, 1, 1, something. So it will give the count of the contacts. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, if you want to iterate through the contacts as well in this class, how we can do that? I want to iterate through contacts as well. How we can do that? So here inside this loop, we have to iterate one more time. So if we are in one account means under this account only, we have to iterate through the contacts, right? So now to iterate through the contacts, what we have to do is for contact, a subject data type, we have to specify CON colon. So we are having contacts under the accounts only. I'm taking help of ACC here. Dot, I have to take help of, I have to fetch the contacts. That's why I'm specifying contacts. Okay. So in this way, we can iterate to the contacts. So now here what I'll do is I'll specify a debug statement. System dot debug. So what I have to do is I have to specify contact details. Let's suppose I'm saying just I have to specify contact name. So for that, what we can do, we'll say con dot name. It means it will give you a name of the contact. Like this, you can write a internal query. So all the problems got resolved. I'm going to debug. Open execute anonymous window. I'm opening this log file. Debug only. You can see. See, it will give first, it will query the accounts, and at the bottom you'll see contact details. You can see contact name. So here, if it is having 2 contacts, it will give contact details. It will give contact name. Like that, if it is only one account, it will give contact under contact details. It will give contact name. Okay, contact under say account are 2, and here you will get contact details. Like that,
Yeah.
we can query parent to child queries. We can do parent to child queries as well by taking help of Apex classes. In tomorrow's session, what I'll do is initially I'll explain one Apex class which is having a return type. Okay.
Okay,
After
this is
explaining,
return type is void. So you'll explain with the return type.
yes, tomorrow I'll explain one example with return type, and then I'll start DML statements.
Okay.